Okay, let's talk about something else the president's doing today. He's supposed to call Putin and then Zelensky. The call's supposed to be at 10. No idea how long it will take or where we'll get the best readout. But this is how Bloomberg, this is 105A, this is how Bloomberg, which is very well sourced in Moscow and writes these stories without bylines. So it's a little mysterious where it's coming from. But this is their story. Putin heads into Trump call confident he has the upper hand. And let me read to you, one of B, please, a pretty long excerpt here because it's good reporting. Putin believes he's a strong hand ahead of a phone call Monday with Donald Trump as European leaders are trying to prevent the U.S. president from rushing through a deal. Putin is confident that his forces can break through Ukraine's defenses by the end of the year to take full control of the four regions he has claimed for Russia, according to a person familiar with Putin's thinking. That means the Russian president is unlikely to offer any meaningful concessions to Trump when the two leaders speak, and European officials are worried that Trump may try to force through a settlement regardless. So, Dan, I know your general view of this, but let's assume, for the sake of argument, that the call does not produce a breakthrough, and that Putin, continues to drive a bargain so hard it couldn't possibly be accepted by Zelensky or Trump. What happens then?
I think the question is it going to be acceptable to Trump? In that, I mean, I think part of this is like a psychological, psych ops move to say, like, I think I can break through. I'm winning. I'm going to achieve my goals. So I don't need to give much. And if you really want a deal, you need to look at the other end of the table and just kind of cut a deal for a deal's sake. The question really keeps coming down to, is Trump willing to kind of, ultimately give away Ukraine? Or is he going to draw a line in the sand and say, you're not getting more territory and we will put more arms in there? So it's been the $1 million question mark we've talked about for months. You and others have said, Rubio, Hegseth, the whole national security team does not want to see Ukraine disappear on their watch. We're going to find out.
Hogan.
Absolutely right. Obviously, a lot of options here too, but it seems as though when Russia invaded, and we can debate how that happened, of course, but I think when they were there, they took certain pieces of land. I don't see them giving that up. I think NATO is a bargaining chip that Trump is going to try and play as well. But there's no question that this started under the previous administration, now firmly in Donald Trump's lap. He knows he has good relationships with both leaders. He can have those conversations. I'm anxious to see what comes out of it. I don't know if that reporting from Bloomberg is correct. I'm sure Russia is willing to have this conversation because they too, are concerned about what Donald Trump could possibly do to them as well in the way of sanctions or arming up Ukraine even more. So, as President Trump likes to say, we'll see what happens. But a lot of eyes on that meeting and that phone call today.
Hey, want to be part of the two-way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes and more, always available on this channel. You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing.